Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, to celebrate the Master League returning, we are trying out a Triple Dragon theme team. Now this team consists of Dialga on the lead, Giratina altered as our safe switch, and Garchomp as the closer. Now I definitely wouldn't recommend running this team if you're looking to climb in terms of elo, but I had a ton of fun running it. We got some epic wins, including managing to beat a Togekiss. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at the Triple Dragon theme team in action. Alright, hopping into the first match against Big Strider, picking up a slightly favorable lead, Dialga into Garchomp, the opponent safe switches into Melmetal, and we have a fantastic response with our Garchomp. Now this matchup is slightly worse than usual for Garchomp since I'm running Dragon Tail, but it's still a very favorable matchup since the Dragon Tails do a significant amount of damage, and after the Melmetal debuffs their defense with a superpower, then this Sand Tomb is going to be doing some significant damage as well. We land the Sand Tomb, which is very, very nice, and from here I believe I do survive the superpower and I can just commit to the farm down here. We're just going to go for the Dragon Tail down, and that leaves very little health for the opposing Garchomp to farm, and we leave with an Outrage. Now the question is, was the opponent counting? Do they know we have the Outrage? They do not. It lands. It's a simultaneous KO. They have Excadrill in the back. We come in with Giratina, and the opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. Alright, hopping into the next match, very nice lead, Dialga into Kyogre, but unfortunately they safe switch into their own Dialga. And that is a problem area for this team, as neither one of my back Pokemon have good matchups versus Dialga, so I'm forced to stay in. But the good news is, if I'm able to win switch advantage in this mirror match, then I can align my Giratina with the Kyogre, and I should still be in a pretty favorable position. So we are going to be going for the Iron Head. We're able to take it out. My guess is we'll probably see the Kyogre come back in and Waterfall down. They don't want to reveal their third, which they do. And now we're going to be able to bring in the Giratina, and they have a Palkia in the back. So interestingly enough, they were actually ABA weak to Dialga. Even so, despite the fact that our Dialga is dead, we're in a very comfortable position here. This is just an Aqua Tail. We don't have to respect the Aqua Tail. We can farm down, and from here, it's a very straightforward game, and the opponent concedes the match. So off to a very good start, hopping into game number 3. Again, a pretty nice matchup with Dialga into Giratina Origin, but again, that Dialga save switch is tough for us, as now we are going to have to stay in. We're going to go for the same plan as before. We're going to be going for the double Iron Heads, and so long as we got a Dragon Breath through as they switched, we should be, I believe, one turn ahead of them in terms of energy, so we should reach the Iron Head before they do, and now they're going to have to give up the second shield or go down, and they decide to go down. So again, able to win switch advantage out of a Dialga switch in, which is very nice, and now we'll be able to align our Dragon Tail Garchomp with the Giratina. And as you can see, these Dragon Tails are doing huge damage on the Giratina. We no shield, we can survive a Shadow Ball. They go for the Ominous Wind bait. They have Melmetal in the back, and this is looking incredible for us. So they are running Giratina Double Steel, and now all they have left in the back is Melmetal, so we're in a very comfortable position. This is typically a pretty neutral matchup, but since we were able to lower their defense with that Sand Tomb, we are in a very comfortable spot here. What we'll want to do is just make sure that we can try and get damage off before their switch clock comes up. It should be coming up really soon. Probably should have thrown that Dragon Claw, would have just about taken them out, but I was thinking, you know what, the switch clock isn't up quite yet, but I was mistaken. The switch clock is up. Not great for me, but we have a ton of energy. This is why Shadow Claw on Giratina Altered is incredible. We're going to be able to get to a second Dragon Claw. That plus one Shadow Claw takes them out, and now we switch in the Garchomp, and we're going to be able to get to the Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb will be taking out the Melmetal, and that is going to be a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match here. We have Dialga into Kyogre. Okay, very, very good lead for us. And they save swap. Oh no, they save swap into a Togekiss, and this is terrible for us. I'm going to go for the Iron Head. We're going to get the shield, and now I'm thinking I have to bring in the Giratina. Now, Giratina, unfortunately, does take super effective from the charms, but the Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak are neutral and do hit back fairly hard, whereas my other two Pokemon can't generate any fast move pressure against this Togekiss. So now we just need to go for the Shadow Sneak. Unfortunately, I timed that charge move terribly, so they're able to sneak through a charm, and that ends up mattering because they live on 1 HP and they have a move loaded. So a big misplay by me in terms of charge move timing. They're able to get off an Ancient Power, and now we're going to be able to farm down. Let's see what they have in the back, and they have their own Dialga. I'm going to build up just a bit past the Iron Head to hopefully make them think it's a Draco Meteor if they lost count. They know it's not. They're going to let that go, and we're going to bring in the Garchomp. Now, we just have to trust in the 2-shielded Garchomp to win us this match. They're going to bring in the Kyogre. Since I have Dragon Tail, I'm counting on them thinking that I'm just going to Sand Tomb and go for fast move pressure. But we're going to full send it, go for the Outrage, and it lands. And now, Garchomp able to farm down the Dialga, and the triple Dragon theme team takes out a Togekiss. All right, hopping into the next match. Okay, we have Dialga into Ho-Oh. Now, Ho-Oh is pretty tough to deal with because if you miss time when you throw your charge move, they get a free Incinerate, as I believe I do right here. Oh, that is just terrible to watch. That is a huge advantage to the Ho-Oh. They shielded up, so now I'm going to wait one more Incinerate and catch onto the Giratina. I do want to check and see what they have in the back in terms of a Giratina counter, and they have a Dialga of their own. So things are not looking fabulous for us here. We are going to be able to connect with the Dragon Claw, and we're able to get to the second one. Oh man, wasn't sure if we were getting there. That is very, very nice. As now, this Dialga, we actually managed to get it pretty low. So I'm going to wait my switch clock here. I am going to bring in the Garchomp, and we are going to be shielding this up and trying to commit to the farm down. I believe since we got the Dragon Tail through, I won't have to catch. And yes, we're able to farm down. What do they have in back? They bring in the Ho-Oh, and they actually have a Giratina. And I'm going for broke. I am full sending it on the Draco Meteor. And they shield. No! So I definitely should have gone for the Iron Head bait there. And we're not going to be able to get to another Draco Meteor. I'm just going to go for the Iron Head. It does get them very low. They have so much energy. We have the Sand Tomb loaded, and we win CMP. We desperately need this to KO. Come on. No, they live with 1 HP. And this is going to be the Shadow Ball that does big damage. And they have an Ominous Wind loaded as well. That is absolutely tragic. So close, just not quite able to pull off the win. All right, hopping into the next match. We have Dialga into Mewtwo. Now, this is a pretty neutral matchup, but definitely does favor the Dialga. You just have to watch for a potential Focus Blast. Turns out they have Shadow Ball, so that works for me. You know what? That works just fine. We're going for the Iron Head, expecting the shield. They actually no shield, and by doing so, they leave themselves pretty vulnerable to getting sniped. So we're able to snipe down with Giratina, and now we bait out a Dialga, which is very nice to see, so that way our Garchomp will not have to face that in the end game. Now, we're just going to spam out as many Dragon Claws as we can get to. We're able to force a shield, which is very nice. Now, the question is, can I survive the Iron Head and get to a move? I believe I cannot, as we just fall 1 Shadow Claw short. But now I'm going to bring in my own Dialga, try and get off as much damage as possible. The opponent loses track of my energy and throws. That is so nice for us. We're going to bring in the Garchomp, and they have a Kyogre in the back. So again, what happened last time was they did not respect the Outrage, so I'm thinking, you know what? This is probably going to be the win con again. What if they think it's a Sand Tomb? We're going for broke, going for the Outrage. Come on. Yes, we land it again. Let's go. Garchomp putting in huge work. We Dragon Tail down, and that is going to be a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, we have Dialga into Ho-Oh. And again, this is going to depend on fast move timing, and I try and throw it on the CMP tie, but they don't end up throwing, and I give them a free Incinerate, which is absolutely horrendous in this matchup. I do shield up the Earthquake, And man, I believe this is the Brave Bird. This will be doing a nice amount of damage. So we have to go down a shield. And they have a Reshiram in the back. Holy spice. They have double fire so far. We throw the Draco Meteor. Probably could have baited there. And now we're going to bring in our Giratina Altered. Now, Giratina Altered, Dragon Claw will do a nice amount of damage. They're able to get to the move. The question is, are they running Crunch or Overheat? They are running Crunch. So we are going to farm down there. And now, will they show us their third? They do. It's a Zekrom. What an interesting line. Oh my goodness. And this is going to be tough for us in the end game here. Fortunately, we do have the Garchomp. Dragon Tail is chunking. I try and catch a move. I was pretty sure that they were at a move. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get there. Garchomp farm down. No! And they live with 1 HP. That's the Brave Bird, and that's a good game. Oh, that is tragic there. I had to save the Sand Tomb for the Zekrom, and unfortunately not quite able to get the job done. All right, hopping into the final match, terrible lead. Dialga into Melmetal, we save swap into our Giratina, and we bait out a Zekrom. Now, Zekrom is honestly not a fabulous counter to Giratina, just because it's not nearly as good against Giratina, just because it doesn't have the steel subtyping like Dialga does. So you can apply a ton of pressure if you are the Giratina. We correctly shield the Wild Charge, and now this Dragon Claw will kill if they don't shield, so we're actually able to get the second shield. That is very, very nice for us. And here I'm thinking, you know what? I think we just fully sack this Dialga. We're just going to trust in Garchomp to win us this match. They go for the Outrage. It does not kill. That's very nice. And now we bring in the Garchomp, and they have a Giratina Origin in the back. So this looks very, very winnable. We have to shield this up. They go for the Ominous Wind Bait, hoping for the boost, and they're not able to get it. Now we should be in a pretty okay spot here. We land the Outrage, and in comes the Melmetal. Melmetal is not going to want to debuff themselves just yet, so my guess is we'll probably see a Rock Slide or two before they start superpowering. So they do go for the Rock Slide. They're definitely not trying to lower their attack or defense yet, since they don't have an ability to switch out. But we're able to go for the Sand Tomb. Nice amount of lag. We switch into the Dialga, and we're able to catch a move. And it's the superpower that is so good for us. We're able to come back in with the Sand Tomb. This is going to be doing a nice amount of damage. And now we're able to farm down, and that is going to be a good game. So all in all, I had a ton of fun running this team. Definitely didn't go positive with it, but you know what? Sometimes it's about just having fun, and that's what I had with this team. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.